Hey guys, we've got about 23 hours before the next Grand Prix. The Italian Grand Prix becomes open for us to take part in and go for winning the third of the 10 Formula One cars available in the game currently. So let's talk about that a little bit here. So, of course, it's going to be at Monza. So let's just make our way around this track and talk about it as we go. And let's see. First thing first, the things that you're going to need, depending on which car you choose to go for. I mean, they're going to cost relatively close. You need at least 18 upgrades if you decide to go with one of the higher PR cars. So we're talking obviously the Mercedes, Ferrari, and Toro Rosso is actually good too. Red Bull Racing, of course. So those would be there are three cars: Red Bull Racing, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Those three are the top tier PR cars. So those three you would need to spend at least 1.6 million and some change motorsporting dollars in order to get your PR above 126. I just say above 126. Technically, you need 126.6, but depending on which language setting your device is set to, you can run with lower PR than 126.6. So that is something to keep in mind. And when you do that, you can win with 16 upgrades as opposed to, or did I say 16? I meant 18 upgrades. So out of 36 available upgrades, you need more or less half of what they have to offer, right? And the upgrade scheme, of course, is going to be 6 on the engine and then the 4 on the remaining categories. And because I have actually a bit of excess motorsporting dollars in my bank right now, as you can see, I have 3.2 million, and there's a cap on 4 million. So anything that once you max out 4 million, anything that you earn beyond that is just gets crossed out and thrown out. So I got to start spending that. Anyway, so yeah, I will have to start upgrading. Obviously, once the event gets going tomorrow, I'll have plenty of places to spend that motorsport dollars on my third Formula One car, which most likely I'll probably pick the Ferrari for tomorrow's the Italian Grand Prix event. You know, it's fitting, right? So that will cost me, once I get it upgraded to meet the PR requirement, it'll cost me 1,673,021 motorsport dollars at least, going with this bringing it above 126 PR business here, right? So that's my plan, and that you can actually pull off with the sort of the mid-tier PR cars as well, which includes, yes, Toro Rosso and Renault and McLaren. Yes, so those three you can also go with the same upgrade scheme. If you're wondering if it's like really possible, then go check out my previous Abu Dhabi and Silverstone, the British Grand Prix playthrough using these mid-tier PR cars, because I did, let's see, I think I did McLaren at Abu Dhabi and did Renault at Silverstone. So, and then the third tier, the low tier PR cars, of course, we got the SP Score Racing Point F1, Rocket Williams. There are 4 of these, Alfa Romeo and Team Haas, of course, right? So These cars are a little bit more expensive simply because they start with lower PR, which means you need more upgrades to bring it in 126 range, as in 126 and up. And the minimal upgrade that you can get away with is you're going to need, as opposed to 19 upgrades, you're going to need, or as opposed to 18 upgrades that you can get away with the other cars. In this category of PR cars, you need extra 19th upgrade. So, and you actually don't bring your engine upgrade up to the 6th tier. Instead, what you got to do is you got to bring brakes upgrade to the 6th tier and get 5th tier upgrade on tires and wheels. And that'll bring your PR exactly up to 126 even. And, you know, depending on, once again, which language your device is set to, you can finish the final 2 Grand Prix events that does require PR 126.6, you know, so they kind of ignore the integer part, which comes in kind of handy when you're, you know, on a tight budget. So, and the cost for these 3rd tier cars, you are going to need, if you're going with that minimum upgrade scheme, you're going to need 1,713,522 motorsport dollars. So that's based on my previous stint, once again from Yas Marina, using my Alfa Romeo, and my stint at Silverstone using Racing Point RP19. So both cars I was able to win it with PR 126.0. So, and it did cost me 1.7 million and change, essentially. So something to keep in mind in terms of what you're gonna need to kind of have in your bank. Obviously, as you go through this event, you will, you know, make earnings. But here's the thing. The first event, right, Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, they gave us kind of a head start with a 350,000 motorsport in the bank to start off, which was very kind. I say that a little bit with a reservation because if they, I don't know why they made it into such a, almost like a secret that if you used part of that 350,000 that you were given at the beginning and like upgraded your Academy Formula One car to max, you might have come short on, you know, getting enough motorsport dollars to actually win your first F1 car at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which seems little sneaky. Well, not little sneaky, that's pretty sneaky way of running a business. You know, they should have, I feel like they should have told us, like, you need to have this amount you're gonna need. Just tell us and have us go at it. You know, tell us how many days, you know, because otherwise you have to come to channel like mine and listen to me yapping on about how many days you need to farm in order to, you know, build up enough of your motorsport dollar bank in order to successfully have enough days to upgrade your car and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? It seems like it shouldn't be something that should be a secret, but you know, this wouldn't be the first time they are pulling that. So maybe that's just the way they like to play this game. But anyway, so I have obviously over 3.2 million in my bank right now, and I'll keep accumulating at this point, at least until tomorrow when the next Grand Prix event starts. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start upgrading one of the 2 that I've got here in my garage towards fully upgrading, which, by the way, to fully upgrade either my Mercedes or Red Bull Racing, I need extra we're talking extra on top of what I've already spent. Extra 5,117,814 motorsport dollars, which is obviously more than 4 million caps. So this is going to take it's going to be a long-term thing here. We're in a long-term relationship. So, and I have to obviously spare that 1.6, almost 1.7 million to upgrade the Ferrari that I will be going after. So, yeah. So let's put some, you know what? I'll go with the Mercedes. Sure. Lewis Hamilton, he's cool. So let's get the next tier upgrades going. So engine for tier 7. So we're almost maxed out here. This one's gonna take 3 hours and 35 minutes, and it will cost me just under 300,000 motorsport dollars. So, but that's still gonna be, you know, I'm gonna be just under I'm gonna be just under 3 million. So I'm still in the safe after getting that upgrade. And then body, it's gonna cost me 178,650. So even after that, I will be still have a pretty safe buffer. So we'll get the body upgrades going, and then brakes, always the cheapest one, 141,750, hour and 40 minutes. And the last category, tires and wheels, 170,100 for 2-hour wait time. So even with those setup upgrades, I still have 2.4 million in the bank, and I will be adding another 180,000 that's allotted for today's daily earning cap, I guess. So with that being said, all right, so those are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. And I will, let's see, you know, be starting the Italian Grand Prix tomorrow. So let's do some practice. I suck at Monza. You know, it is the shortest of the 5 Grand Prix circuits available in Real Racing 3. And I have a terrible time, especially if I try to, like, not cheat, basically, don't go off track, right? So let's see, I'll try to race legit. So I'll try to stay on the inside corner, and all right, so nothing too egregious. All right, come on, stay on yours. Ah, sorry. Oh boy. Yeah. This race just became so yeah. There are a lot of accidents. Perhaps it is true to the track's nature of having so many fatalities that has historically occurred on this track. Maybe they are trying to reflect that in this, but yeah, that is tricky without, you know, cutting through those chicanes. It's difficult to pull off a win. At least I have a terrible time clearing all the traffic here. And that's the issue, right? If you get stuck, if you obviously cut across the first chicane, then obviously you clear the traffic. You got an open road ahead. Then you don't have to, you know, do this obstacle course of a race, as opposed to swung, got pushed out. All right, and looks like those Ferraris are really stomping their home field advantage. Come on. There we go. Sorry. Alright, so 7th place. So not looking too bad so far. But I don't see where the guys up in the lead pack even is. I don't even see them on the mini-map. So that is definitely not a good sign, is it? Alright, did I see a little speck of dots in the far distance ahead, making the parabolica turn? I don't know. Alright, so final lap, and we are coming in as 7th place, which is pretty dismal. So our earnings gonna be reflecting just that. So yeah, tomorrow's Italian Grand Prix, this is gonna be interesting, because especially if they put any kind of stipulation like a no off-track condition. Of course, this is right now I'm racing against TSM bots, which are significantly faster than your normal, the stock. I know this is a really funny way of saying it. The official Formula One racer bots, those are slow. At least in the past, they have not been terribly fast. So maybe they will make it more challenging in the Italian Grand Prix. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. We'll have to wait till tomorrow to find out. Looks like I might actually be able to overtake. No! Terrible handling through the parabolica, and blew my chance in climbing up to 6th place. So anyway, so yeah, Italian Grand Prix, what a mess. So only able to bring in 15,100 motorsport dollars for those miserable 3 laps. So let's not repeat that. Maybe we'll return after some of these upgrades are done. Maybe it'll give me a little bit more edge. I don't know. I try to avoid Monza when I'm doing this. But you know what? How about we try it with Red Bull Racing RB15. I think this one's the faster of the two. So top speed slightly higher, acceleration slightly quicker, 1.84 seconds, 1.83 seconds, but of course, let's see, braking distance 16.2 meters. Yeah, that's better on the, so grip and control is Mercedes edge versus, I don't know what you would call this one, out of control and just madness. I don't know. You know what? Here, let's do a time trial. We'll try it with good old trusty Mercedes and see how what kind of time we can set. Previously, my record is minute 17:188. So that was first time I ran through this Champion Series. So let's see if I've learned anything since. Right? I know I can brake much later. So could we go all the way into the just nope. I think braking was okay. I just started turning in too late. So let's give it another go. All right, so cut the inside there too early. So okay, never mind. I suck at this thing. Fine. I'm top 20%. And you know what? Let's check out what kind of PR these guys are sporting. Because my PR is bare minimum here. Let's see. Go there. Yeah, 127. And the top, they are. Whoa, did this guy fully upgrade already? Holy moly. All right. So I guess if you've spent the actual real world cash, you can fully upgrade these cars without hesitation. Anyway, so this video started out as the, kind of a discussion about the Monza Grand Prix or Italian Grand Prix that's coming up in now what, 22 hours and 40 minutes, but I kind of ended up talking about some well, I think it's relatively related to the topic at hand, don't you think? I did my poor showing at Monza and kind of give myself maybe a forewarning of how awful this next event is going to turn out to be. We discussed the amount of money you're gonna need, the motorsport dollars, to upgrade depending on which car you choose to go with. So hopefully you guys found the information useful and my stint at Monza to be entertaining, if nothing else. All right, so yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming up. I still gotta wrap up my limited time series for the two Hondas. So they are still being uploaded and I'm still racing through them. I'm like maybe about halfway through on the Civic and maybe a quarter way through in Integra. So I got ways to go on that. So I'll have to get back on that. But in the meantime, keep racing and we'll see you in the next video. All right, take care, guys.